Welcome to the Football Republic. England are going to win the World Cup. I'm feeling so buoyant, so good about this tournament. Firstly, before we even get onto the England versus Belgium preview, we've just got to appreciate how fantastic this tournament is. The football is just incredible.
The football's incredible, and England are incredible. 5-0 at half-time in our last game.
It's
Dream
unreal,
world.
isn't
It was dream world.
It's unreal, but this tournament from start to finish, I think the Russians set the tone with that first game. You
Yeah.
know, when they burst onto the scene, they won 5-0 against Saudi, and the tournament as a whole has never looked back. You know, there hasn't been a 0-0, it's a record. There hasn't been a 0-0 this tournament at all so far. It's incredible.
It's like a carnival atmosphere, and it's totally against the image that
the
was
perception,
projected.
the way it was going to be.
Yeah, we're all going to get beaten up by the hooligans, and it's a no-go zone. It looks like everyone that's had the bottle to go over there is reaping the rewards, and I'm very jealous.
I know, we've got to get out there. We have got to get out there. So, England versus Belgium. England are on the crest of a wave. Things are good.
Yeah, Panama, we look good.
We looked very good. We looked very good. I thought that performance was outrageously good. And I'm not interested in your, it's only Panama. I reckon there's two kinds of people in this world. There's someone sitting in their bedroom being a bit sneery on Twitter going, it's only Panama, and everyone else is doing a conga around Shoreditch in the sun getting sunstroke. I know where I want to be. I want to be in a conga line.
It's
not only
Panama.
Panama.
Working out,
exactly. There's no such thing as an easy game at a World Cup level, is there? Or
no,
is there?
you can only beat who you get drawn against. I think Panama, obviously they're not as good as us, technically, but they had a lot of competitiveness, shall we say, about the way that they went about the game. I thought they were, at times pretty rough, pretty brutal on the England players. I think Jesse Lingard took a fair bit of punishment in the first half, but England dealt with it like men. We didn't crumble, and our way of reacting to that sort of tough behaviour was to just keep banging goals in.
Do you know that's the first time that England have scored 4 or more goals in a World Cup since?
Got to be 1966.
1966 World Cup final. That was the moment.
That's a good omen.
It's a really good omen. Do you know what? You've mentioned Jesse Lingard there.
Yeah.
I want to have a bit of a debate about him because I put a tweet out where I got a lot of grief because I said I was sort of celebrating Jesse Lingard. I just think that every time I've seen him play, I concede that I don't watch him every week. I'm not a Manchester United fan, but every time I do see him play, he's fantastic.
He's class.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
He seems to score such big goals. There's always a room in my heart for a player who pops up with that massive goal, which is why I still love Gavin Peacock from his season in 1994 with Chelsea.
Yes,
but
Gavin.
a player who just score, like he doesn't score the fifth in a 6-0 win. It helps break the deadlock, or you win 1-0 and he pops up.
Yeah.
Or Jesse Lingard's case, every time he plays at Wembley practically. That kind of player is so valuable, particularly in cup competition.
Yeah, he's got the Midas touch, and I think for such a sort of slight player, he gets himself into these positions, and he's got a bit more strength than he looks to have. The way he kind of glided past those defenders to ping off that right
goal
foot shot.
was so good. If Felipe Coutinho scored that, people would be raving about him.
Yeah.
But because it's Lingard and he does a mad celebration, which I love.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to get the praise.
It has to be up there, when we do the goal of the month, goal of the tournament competition. I think Jesse's strike has got to be well up there.
Yeah, it's certainly in the conversation.
Yeah.
So, Panama is now history and we're going to focus on Belgium. How do you see this one going? This is a big one, isn't it?
Well, this is the big one, and there's been a bit of debate around whether England should, go for the win, or whether it's going to be better for us to, get that second place position, so we play potentially Mexico or whatever in the next round, avoid the Germany, Brazil quarters. I'm not in that boat.
No, me neither.
I think we're at a World Cup. We're here to win this thing.
There she is.
There she is, and you only get there by beating the best, right? And Belgium, they're the next team, and we have to go for the jugular, I think, against Belgium. Make the other teams in the competition scared of us for a change.
And do you think that we'll see changes? Do we go with our strongest 11 in this? It's a game that isn't essential to win.
Yeah,
In terms of progression. I think it is essential to win, don't get me wrong. I think for the buoyancy, for the confidence, I think that you need to go into every game in a cup competition with the intention of winning.
Yes.
But
Momentum.
speaking, you don't need to win it. So will we see changes?
I think we'll see changes, not because we feel we don't need to win it, but because you need to use your whole squad, I think, in a long tournament like this. Hopefully it will be a long tournament, and we're going to be here well into July. So maybe it's time, for some of the players, maybe like Vardy or Rashford, to get a few minutes under their belt.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's hard to break up that kind of winning team.
So we've been having a bit of a chat about this, and actually we need your help because we've had an argument, really. The team that we've agreed on, I think that this is a very attacking team that you've selected here, Jack. I agree with it now. You've convinced me. But originally, I was thinking that it could be slightly vulnerable against a very dangerous-looking Belgium team.
True. I will caveat that with, Martinez's comments that Belgium are going to make major changes. Whether that's just, the manager's bluff and spin, we don't know. But, major changes could mean he's going to rest the likes of Hazard and Lukaku. And potentially we can afford to play a bit more of an attacking team because we're not going to have the offensive threat from the opposition. That was my sort of thinking behind it. And also, there's a couple of names on this starting 11 that I really think need a bit more minutes under their belt.
I see. Come on, and let's hear it.
All right, let's start off. We've got Pickford in goal. No changes there. The three centre-backs in Walker, Stones and Maguire. Not a problem. Trippier, I think, has been one of the star England players so far. He keeps his place. Down the left, we're going to go for Danny Rose.
I see the logic. So keep it tight, keep it sure, keep it the same, so that they're all used to playing with each other at the back. Make sure that everything is as stable as can be back there.
Exactly.
You then get a little bit creative.
I've got a bit creative. I think Henderson's been looking really solid in that kind of anchor role in the centre of midfield. But, if we're going to utilise Henderson for the whole tournament, he's going to have to keep his legs a little bit fresh. And I think in Dyer, we've got a pretty much like-for-like replacement.
Oof, that is so generous to Eric Dyer for me. So generous.
Yeah, Jordan, if you're listening.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, I do think Henderson's a better player. But Dyer is, he's capable. He's capable. That's a good word. He's capable, and I think that he can do a job for us in that central role.
Okay, you've convinced me. I'm not sure you're going to convince everybody watching this video. So let us know in the comments below if you agree with Jack's appraisal of Eric Dyer there, or am I being too harsh?
Yeah.
You've then partnered him with Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I think that's a very interesting decision.
Well, yes, I think if we're going to have Dyer in the middle, I think just to the sort of left of him, we're going to see Ruben. I think he did well in his start against Panama. So far he's just going to grow into the tournament. He started off with his cameo against Tunisia, looked really, really lively. I think he held his own for sure in the Panama game. And I think there's every reason he should keep his place for this game. Maybe he won't have it further on in the tournament, but I think for this Belgium game, Ruben gets his place. And then I'd like to give Jesse a break, even though I think he's been one of our best players. I think he took a bit of a beating really off some of the Panama defenders.
After about 2 minutes. Yeah. After about 2 minutes, he got that one in the face, didn't he?
Got that one. He got stamped, I think, on his heel or his foot. He took a bit of punishment. So let's rest his skinny little legs and let's have Rashford. I don't think we've seen enough of Rashford. I think we're all really excited to get him into the tournament a bit more.
This front three that Jack has picked here is so attacking. There is so many goals in it.
Goals.
So you've got a front three that goes Rashford, Kane, obviously, joined by Jamie Vardy. That is brilliant, but kind of a bit gung-ho for my conservative tastes.
Well, talk me through how you would like to see it.
I think that Kane and Vardy both are such wonderful strikers. Don't get me wrong. I think this is a wonderful problem to have. We were talking earlier. We've been debating this for a good while, and the weirdest thing about it is when we're talking about an England team is it's weird to have options. We've never really been in this privileged situation before. My problem with it is I think that Kane and Vardy both like to play so far up the pitch. They both play on the shoulder. Don't get me wrong. I know Kane has it in him to come deep, but he's also the archetypal number 9. Jamie Vardy hangs on the last shoulder. Channel. We're going to be so attacking. I'm not quite sure who's going to be offering any protection to the protectors of Dyer and Loftus-Cheek. That's my slight fear. And Belgium have the players to exploit it if we get this wrong.
Well, it's a good point.
Now you're looking convinced.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, it's a good point. I just think that we can afford to try that combination of Kane and Vardy up front together. I think we've already seen in this tournament Kane's drifting deeper to pick up the ball, to set attacks off. Vardy, as we know, will always play on the last shoulder. He's always looking for the through ball to make that, to make the most of his pace and to run in behind defences. And potentially there could be a yin and yang there that might benefit us.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one. Can I ask you a question? Actually, Can you answer this as well? I'm not sure how I feel about it, so your answers here are very important to me. Is this a good idea? We need to drop Harry Kane. Drop might be the wrong word. Rest Harry Kane.
I see where you're going. And again, I do think we could do that because we've got the likes of Vardy to come in and replace him, and we keep saying we need Vardy to get a few more minutes. However, do you drop, you know, the talisman, the captain, fantastic? You know, I don't know if you do. He seems to be just loving the tournament so far. And we've got to bear in mind, you know, he's the top goal scorer already. And England as a team haven't actually carved out a chance for him yet. You know, he's sniffed a couple of goals and he's taken some penalties.
Yeah.
There hasn't been like, you know, a move that's been finished off by Harry Kane. And I think once Gareth must be going on at the players to, you know, play to Harry's strengths a bit more. You know, because, you know, in the same way Spurs do, every time, you know, Spurs, nice, short, concise passing, but when they look up, they're looking for Harry Kane. Where is he? Is he in and around the box?
He won't want to be dropped here either, will he?
He won't want to be dropped.
Because he is so hungry for the Golden Boot.
Yeah.
We saw his desire to get the Premier League Golden Boot.
Yeah.
That didn't happen, but he must have been buoyant. We've seen Ronaldo miss penalties, which has left Kane at the top of the pile. He's going to want this, isn't he?
And do you know what? I think if you do drop him, I think he's a bigger man than this, and I don't think he'd throw the toys out of his pram.
No way.
If you do drop him, you run the risk of like, almost like at this point, I just want everyone around him just to be like, yes, Harry, you're the man, to keep that confidence up in him.
Okay.
And I think if we make him sit out a game on the bench, you know, he might just sort of deflate somewhat, and I think we want to avoid that at all costs.
You think start Kane?
I think start Kane.
Comment below, let us know, do you agree with that? I've got a comment here. It's from Scott Richards, and Scott has said, my dog could beat Panama and he's 9 years old. Should we not get carried away?
Look, how often do we get a chance to get carried away?
I think we should get carried away. I don't think it's a choice. I don't think people are opting in to getting carried away. It's something that's happening by accident. I don't want to believe something that seems a bit unrealistic, but I do. This is what happens during the World Cup, and this is the brilliance of it.
Yeah.
This is why everyone is so excited during a World Cup. This is why every car in London has got flags attached to it, and this is why walking through any office you've got flags up and people like nipping to the pub at 1 o'clock to watch mad football games. It's so exciting. I love it. You should get carried away.
You should get carried away, and Scott, you know, just cheer up a bit, mate.
Scott, it's happening. I love these comments. Can you make sure that you keep getting them in? So, Jack.
Yes.
It's Belgium, it's our toughest test yet.
Yeah.
On the spot, what's the score going to be?
I think it'll be tight, but I'm going to go for 2-1 win.
2-1 win. I think that that's an interesting one. I actually think you could be correct. I'm also going to go for a 2-1 win. So TFR are united in a 2-1 win. Can you comment below? Let us know what you think. And my last question for you, Jack, is how far can we actually go?
Look, it's obvious to me we're going to win the World Cup.
It's obvious to me that we are going to win the World Cup as well. I think this is brilliant. Everybody is so excited for it. Belgium are going to be a test. We'll know a lot more actually after the Belgium game. Once that result is in, we will know just how good and how gifted this England team can be. I can't wait for it. It's going to be fantastic. You're going to be doing fan cams afterwards?
I'll be the fan cams roaming around the streets of London, getting the inside info from all the England fans out there.
Fantastic, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. And if you aren't subscribed to the Football Republic, please subscribe right now. Come on, England! Oh, sorry. Mate, that was an unreal shot.
Great shot.